England play DR Congo on Wednesday night, 5 p.m. for us English folk, and I can't wait for this match, but it's a much more difficult game than people are making out. DR Congo are a team that's only conceded more than one goal once in their last 15 games. That's an extremely long time, and that's with them playing teams like Colombia, teams like Portugal, getting a draw against the Portugal side. Yes, we should be beating them 100%, but it's not going to be an easy match just to score loads of goals in. However, if we can manage to score 3, 4 goals, that is a huge statement which shouldn't be understated before heading into Ecuador or Mexico in the following round. In today's video, I'll talk about my lineup, what I want to see, what the good things were out of the England-Panama game, what the bad things were out of the England-Panama game, what we need to look out for as well, because the DR Congo team are quite underrated. But looking at the lineup, yes, we need to see Pickford again. Against Panama, I was quite certain we would see a James Trafford. Not because I don't think Pickford should be starting for the rest of the World Cup, but because Pickford's had quite a poor first 2 games before the Panama game. And if we're heading into, let's say, Brazil, and we've got a really poor form goalkeeper like Jordan Pickford. He carried on his poor form and made some huge mistakes. It would have been good for James Trafford to at least have that experience against a Panama before heading into a huge game. At least we've got him there as an option, but now we don't. So that's one slight concern. But at the same time, Jordan Pickford, he's always performed for England, and I'm sure he'll step up to the occasion. At right back, and this was the concern I had for Panama after Livramento got injured. Rather than bringing in a proper right back, we brought in Trevor Chalobah. Reece James got injured, which we sort of knew would happen at some point this tournament. It's not unbelievable to think. I know Tuchel, quite worryingly actually, said that was a surprise to him. But of course, Reece James had got injured, and for a lot of normal fans, a lot of the English fans, Chelsea fans, they could see that was going to happen at some point anyway, if he was going to be starting so many games. And rather than playing Jed Spence at right back, we played Quansah. I don't want to see Quansah start at right back ever again for England. He is not a right back. I don't really see why he was here in the first place. But now I hope Tuchel, who's quite good at learning from his mistakes, would start Jed Spence at right back, who, yes, isn't the perfect right back, but he's much better than Quansah, especially for these type of games. Centre-back partnerships for me, I'm not 100% certain on if I like this or not, but Mark Gahey, he's the 100% starter for me. Ezri Konsa, I'm still a little bit concerned over him, but let's start these two because they need to start getting minutes and settle this back four. And then Nico O'Reilly, who has had quite a nervous start to his World Cup tournament, but I'm hoping against DR Congo he slowly gets back into the rhythm. In the midfield, I want to see Jude Bellingham as a number 8. We saw it against Panama. He is a world-class number 8. He's a much better number 8 than he is a number 10. And he said it himself just a few days ago. At Real Madrid, he usually doesn't play as far forward in the 10 position as he does for England. He much prefers, or he's much more used to, playing deeper for Real Madrid. So let's let him play a bit deeper. And against Panama, not just on the ball, take away the goal and assist, both fantastic at both, but him working off the ball was absolutely fantastic. He did 15 duels contested, won 11 of them. And keep in mind, he had Anderson, who's quite well known as being a duel winner, and he did a good job against Panama. He won the ball only 7 times. That's how hard Jude Bellingham worked as the number 8. I think he's a perfect number 8. So to me, it's either bench Anderson or bench Declan Rice again and give him a rest. Since Declan Rice got a rest already, I wouldn't mind starting him and dropping Anderson. I don't think we need to worry too much in our midfield if we've got Rice and Bellingham both starting. And then at the number 10 position, yes, I wanted Morgan Rogers against Panama, but he did disappoint me. He did have some good sparks, some good moments, but nowhere near good enough to warrant a starting position yet again. So I want to see Eberechi Eze now starting at that 10. Don't get me wrong, if we get to a team like Ecuador or better, like Brazil in the quarterfinal, I'd probably put Jude Bellingham back as that 10 because I feel like Jude Bellingham would have more space in that 10 position rather than having less space in these DR Congo games, in these Panama games, in these Ghana games. So for now, I want to have Eze there starting. But down the line, I'll probably put Jude Bellingham back in that number 10 position. At striker, if he's fully fit, Harry Kane, don't really need to say too much on that. On the left-hand side, Marcus Rashford, again, he didn't have a fantastic performance, but that technical ability, you could just see so much more improvement on Marcus Rashford compared to Anthony Gordon. So I'd much rather see somebody like him starting on the left-hand side, where yes, he can be a bit too direct at times, but he can create something out of nothing much more than somebody like Anthony Gordon. Down the line, if we're playing a game where we're going to have a bit more space, but we can catch them on the break, maybe, yes, start Anthony Gordon, but on these type of games, it has to be Rashford. And I think Tuchel learned his lesson now. And on the right-hand side, again, if he's fully fit, it has to be Bukayo Saka. He's such an asset, especially against low blocks, because he drags players out of their positions, but what he also does is draws in fouls, and he's a bit of a get-out-of-jail-free card with him. He's fantastic. If he's not going to create a goal-scoring opportunity, more often than not, he will either win a corner or win a foul. And that's really important in terms of offering something different, but adding the pressure onto this DR Congo side. Considering how good defensively this DR Congo side actually is, I wouldn't even mind if we only won 1-0. But I'm going to go for a 2-0 win. I think we score, and we score in the first half, but it'll be quite a scrappy game. I think even us scoring from set pieces could become a bit of a thing for England, and it could become something we can really expand on and really get the most out of, especially if we've got players like Harry Kane, Mark Guehi, Jude Bellingham all in the box, but set piece takers like Bukayo Saka, like Declan Rice, like Reece James when he's back fit again. We want to see players like that. When you've got players like that, why not lean into the set piece routines? And if we win this game, we'll be playing either Mexico or Ecuador on July the 5th. These games are coming up quick now for England, and we need to put ourselves the most momentum as possible in the best chance possible of winning these games. But let me know what you think. Who should be starting for England? Should Bellingham start as a 10 or put him back to an 8 and either rest Declan Rice or rest Anderson? Or should Kane even be starting? Should we be risking him? And should we start giving Watkins a bit more minutes in these type of games? Let me know what you think. If you enjoy this video, hit the subscribe button and like if you want to watch more World Cup content.